Joining us now is someone who does this for a living, tries to trick us. Ryan Jones is a managing consultant for Trustwave Holding Incorporated. So Ryan, do we have that about right? Besides just the kittens, what else do you do to try to see if employees are really being safe out there?
Oh, well, sometimes it's kittens. Other times it's more physical and so like in their face kind of thing. So we'll use things like maybe a delivery uniform or crutches to kind of get our way into the front door.
And so I've read that in one incident that you actually used crutches to get into someone's company and then set up surveillance cameras that they didn't know about. Tell us about that.
Yeah, the company hired us to get in, and so I used crutches to kind of get the sympathy of the person that was walking in the back door of the company after having a cigarette, and I used the crutches to have them not ask me questions as I tried to work my way into the door. They actually ended up helping me into the door, and since they were so busy helping me, they didn't notice I didn't have a badge, I didn't belong, I wasn't an employee of the company. And then once I was in, I dropped the crutches and started walking around a little bit and planted a couple of cameras and microphones to prove to the client that I had gotten in and some of the levels of damage that could have happened.
And you could really steal information from the company, which is what part of the problem with cybersecurity is, that you don't want people to infiltrate, if you will, your computer systems and steal any of your company's secrets. In general, when we talk about, don't click on this link when you get it, I think most people say, oh, who would click on a link, a random link when you get it in your email? But Ryan, in your experience, how many of us do click on that link and maybe compromise our company by doing that, or our own computer?
When it comes to the email attacks like you're talking about, the clicking of the links, we haven't had an unsuccessful one yet, where people click links. We use different techniques. Sometimes, like you mentioned the cat earlier, other times we'll make it look like it's the upcoming Christmas party for the company, and they need to log into a site to check whether they want fish, chicken, or beef. And of course that site's actually controlled by us, and we're harvesting their login credentials and their passwords, and going back to the client later and going, okay, here's some ways to teach your employees to detect that this was a fake email.
Ryan, if I got that email about a company party, I would just go ahead. I would just go ahead and click on it, right? I wouldn't even think that maybe it's fake. So, is there any way, when you do get an email that might seem out of the ordinary, to just do a little checking yourself before you just go ahead and click away?
Well, in the case of something like the Christmas email, the Christmas party email, if you haven't heard anything about that and all of a sudden an email just pops up, that might be one little trigger. Also, if you hold your mouse over the actual link and it's not a link to an internal company machine, or it's a weird-looking IP address or a weird-looking URL, that's usually another good clue that that it's not real. That's not a real email.
Some good tips.
Also, if you one more is if you hold your mouse over the actual email address, sometimes it just says XYZ company security or XYZ company's IT department. If you actually look at the email address, though, you'll see it came from somewhere else outside of your company.
That's some good advice. Have you ever been hacked, Ryan? I'm just curious, because you're an ethical hacker.
Not that I'm aware of yet.
Okay, good. I don't mean that as a challenge. I just was curious. Ryan, thank you. Very interesting industry. We had no idea about it, and we're all going to be a little bit more aware. Thanks for the time today. Appreciate it.